Shadow Strike, Chapter 3. The hunt to Hebron City was growing uneasy. Sirens echoed too often. Power outages rolled across districts without warning. Blurred footage flooded the net shadows, moving faster than cameras could track. Impacts that left reinforced structures cracked and smoking. People asked questions. The city demanded answers. By morning, the pressure could no longer be ignored. Cameras lined the steps of Government Hall as citizens gathered behind barricades. The mood was tense, uncertain. A tall man in a dark suit stepped to the podium. Director Elias Monroe, Secretary of Urban Security for Hebron City. He raised a hand and the noise settled. Citizens of Hebron City, Monroe began, his voice firm and practiced. We are aware of the recent disturbances and coordinated attacks occurring across our city. Reporters leaned forward. These actions have caused fear, speculation, and understandable concern. Let me be clear, this situation is under control. A pause. The government is forming a special investigative task force to determine the identity, motives, and structure of the group calling themselves the Night Strikers. A ripple moved through the crowd. This task force will work closely with law enforcement and intelligence agencies to investigate who is responsible for the recent attacks and to ensure the safety of all citizens, especially those who may be targeted. Questions erupted. Is this task force military? Are the Night Strikers terrorists? Is Mr. J.J. Thompson in danger? Monroe raised his hand again. We urge the public to remain calm, he said. Hebron City will not be intimidated. Cameras flashed. Headlines were already forming. Government responds to Night Striker threat. Special task force announced. City officials promise action. The city exhaled. What the public didn't know was that the task force was never meant to hunt the Night Strikers. It was meant to protect them. Behind the curtain, deep beneath the city, in a sealed underground transit line, the Night Strikers watched the broadcast in silence. Night Owl folded his arms. Clean delivery, neutral language, no accusations. Terror Shock smirked. They're framing us as suspects while keeping their hands clean. Nova Edge nodded. And Thompson stays out of sight. Smart. Black Dragon stood at the center of the room, unmoving. The city needs a target, he said, and the government needs distance. Whisper's voice came softly from the dark, and we keep doing what they can't. The Night Strikers were not enemies of Hebron City. They were its shadow defense, deniable, invisible, necessary, behind closed doors. Several floors beneath Government Hall, in a secured private office, Mr. J.J. Thompson stood by the window, watching the press conference play out on a silent screen. Behind him, a door closed softly. Effective speech, Mr. Creel said calmly as he entered. Monroe chose his words carefully. Thompson didn't turn. They needed something believable. Creel nodded. And now the city thinks the Night Strikers are the problem. Thompson finally faced him. I didn't ask for this, Thompson said, his voice tight. My name is everywhere. My facilities are hit. People think I'm involved. Creel listened calmly, fingers steepled. You're a visible man, Creel replied. Visibility attracts attention. That attention is turning dangerous, Thompson snapped. These Night Strikers, or whoever they are destabilizing things. Creel's eyes narrowed slightly. You believe they're targeting you specifically? I know they are, Thompson said. And if this keeps escalating, it won't just be me. The city will panic. Creel stepped closer. You're right, the Night Strikers are active, efficient, and inconvenient. Thompson's jaw tightened. You said you could handle them quietly. I can, Creel replied. And I will. I'm unleashing the hunters. Thompson hesitated just a fraction. Will this affect the task force narrative? Creel smiled faintly. No. If anything, it reinforces it. And if they fail? Thompson asked. Creel's eyes hardened. They won't. As Creel turned to leave, Thompson spoke again. I don't want this coming back to me. Creel stopped at the door. It won't, he said. If anything goes wrong, the Night Strikers take the blame. The door closed. Thompson exhaled slowly. During a recent Night Striker operation, an encrypted signal spike had briefly surfaced, barely noticeable, but not invisible. Creel's private intelligence network caught it. Not the message itself, the pattern. Hex reconstructed the spike, mapping energy usage, signal bounce, and timing discrepancies across abandoned infrastructure. One location matched two perfectly, an unused transit line. Line 9. Found them, Hex said. And the hunters were mobilized. In a fortified underground command center, 6 figures stepped into the light. Razor line, twin energy blades, extreme speed lockjaw, shock gauntlets, overwhelming force specter, optic camouflage, silent tracking VOC, jet-assisted aerial combat, Hex, battlefield hacker, electronic warfare, Grim, long-range sniper, lethal precision. Targets confirmed, Creel ordered. No mistakes. No survivors. Black transports vanished into the storm. At the Night Strikers' hideout, Transit Line 9 Night Owl screens flared red. Signal breach, he said sharply. Someone traced our last op. Terror Shock frowned. That spike, I masked it, but not long enough. Red Phoenix flexed his hands, energy humming beneath his armor. So they found us. Nova Edge grinned. Good. Whisper faded into shadow without a word. Black Dragon stepped forward, calm, grounded. This was inevitable, he said. Creel doesn't guess. He calculates. Night Owl looked up. Hunter signatures. 6. Elite. They're hunting us, Terrashock added. Black Dragon's answer was immediate. Then we don't run. High above the city, Spectre crouched on a rain-soaked rooftop. Visual confirmed, he whispered. Targets underground. His display flickered. Once, twice, then dark. What? A calm voice cut through his channel. You traced the signal, but you forgot the echo. Spectre spun as his camouflage faltered. Bellow-ground cameras died. Drones went blind. Feeds rerouted. Terror Shock smiled thinly. Hunters just lost their eyes. The tunnel shook as Lockjaw smashed through reinforced concrete, debris scattering across the tracks. Red Phoenix stepped forward, fists glowing steadily. So, he said calmly, this is how Creel answers. Nova Edge blurred into motion, colliding with Falk mid-air as jets flared violently. Steel rang. Razorline struck fast until Whisper forced him back from the shadows. From a distant rooftop, Grim's scope aligned. One target, sniper, Night Owl warned. Northeast tower. Black Dragon intercepted Lockjaw's charge with controlled precision, the impact echoing through the tunnel. This wasn't chaos, it was evaluation. Two elite forces measuring each other, testing limits. Black Dragon's voice cut clean through the comms. Night Strikers hold formation. This is only the beginning. Join us for the next episode of Shadow Strike. Please share, like, and subscribe.